selecting your second product. In this lesson, you're going to discover some different ways that you can find your second product as an alternative to using the method you used for your first product. So your second product. First of all, for your second product, you can stretch the ASM criteria significantly. You now know how to launch and market a product. This is invaluable and it allows you to choose a more competitive product. If you follow the brand mindset, you also have a ready-made audience of buyers to send your second product to. And again, this makes a huge difference on how competitive you can go, because you will find it easier to rank from the get-go. Multiple different options. So there are many ways you can find your second product, and I'm going to show you a few. And you can concentrate on one or use all of them. No one method is particularly better than the others, although I have ranked these in order of my own preference. But even if you are not quite ready to launch your new product, there is nothing to stop you starting to look now. Supplier catalog. This is probably one of the easiest. Contact the supplier of your first product, assuming you had a good relationship with them and are happy with them. Tell them you are looking for a second product and can they send you their catalog. In most cases, they will be really happy to do this for you. And ask them if they have anything new or very popular. Then use Amazon and Retriever to find what sort of demand and competition there is. The most important thing is demand. Look for product with lower BSRs and high sales numbers. Remember, you are going to be able to compete at a higher level now. Frequently bought together. This is one of the best ways of looking for your next product. You just have to be a little bit careful in what the other products are, and I'm going to show you some examples. Basically, it shows you what customers also bought when they purchased your product. But also check your competitors' products too, and look for products that appear more than once across them all. And again, look for products that are selling high volumes. But let's go take a look at what we're talking about. Okay, so I'm on Amazon and I've opened up some of the listings for the products we looked at when we were looking at product selection. So this one was the vertical lever corkscrew. And if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see straight underneath this area here, frequently bought together. And this is what we're looking for. Now, in some cases, it may be worded differently and occasionally won't appear at all. If that's the situation, just go away and come back and look a few hours later. It appears Amazon are split testing this right now. However, this is a huge revenue driver for them, so it's highly unlikely they're ever going to remove it. So if we look at these, you can see the first one is the original product. And people who bought this also bought this second product, which is the OXO Steel Wine Stopper and Pourer stainless steel. So we could open that in a new tab, and also the OXO Steel expanding wine stoppers. So we could open that. So we could open these in a new tab, but if we look at them, they're both selling at $9.99. And even though we talked about stretching the criteria, you don't want to go below the $14.99 we recommend unless there is a significant profit margin. So by all means, you could open them, but I'm not going to open them in this training. So I'm going to close that tab. The next one is the bartender kit with the wooden stand. If we take a look at this one, you can see both of these are books. So pretty useless to us because we're not going to be selling books. But what I could do is open some of the competitors and see if they had different options. And this is why this method can be a bit hit and miss. So I'm going to move on to the next one. This one is a bristle-free grill brush. And this is more interesting. You can see the first option is this heavy-duty barbecue grilling tools set. If we open this in a new tab, you can see that it's the perfect complement to the brush. It's also selling at a good amount, and these guys really know what they're doing. And I don't recommend you try and go up against them, but you can see it's selling for $34.97. So if you were selling the grill brush, then that would be definitely a product you could look at. And all you would do is simply open Retriever and then take a look at the stats. And you can see this is a very viable product. It's ranked at 310. In Patio Lawn and Garden, it does 3,000 sales a month. The revenue is obviously very high, over 100,000. And the reviews aren't crazy. Now, the other option they've got is the grill cleaner spray. It's $11.49. It's below the price I'd want to be looking at. So it's probably something I would avoid. But definitely this first option, if I was selling this grill brush, you can see this option makes a lot of sense. But let's look at another example. And this time we've got our taco holders. And if I scroll down, you'll notice they're not showing the bought together option. So in this situation, I would simply come back in a few hours time to see whether it had appeared. Now, one reason it might not be showing is you can see this has got available from these sellers. So let's just double check this. I'm going to copy the title, paste it in. I'm not too concerned about what category. And this time I'll choose a different option. But let's try this one. Let's open this one. And there you are. They've got the frequently bought together. So it probably was that I opened a listing that did not have the buy box. But you can see this second product here, Nordic Ware Microwave Tortilla Warmer, $10.47. So again, it's low price, so it's not something that would jump out at me. But again, I could go and look at the other products. So this countdown timer, and this is actually a really bad example because as you can see, frequently bought together is a set of noise blocking children earmuffs. So it has no relevance to the timer whatsoever. What this means is that perhaps people who buy this timer only buy this timer. So they don't go ahead and buy something else at the same time or shortly afterwards. But again, in this situation, I couldn't use this method. Now, I just want to show you one more quick example, and that is to show you a product that's obviously doing a really good job of this, and also why building your brand is so important. If I look at this product, you can see that they're frequently bought together are basically two of their products. So at some point, they've probably gone through this process. They probably launched one of these to start with, and then probably went and looked at their competitors and took a look at what kind of products people were buying after they bought this product or this kind of product. And this is what you're aiming for. Basically, on your product listing, underneath your main product area, this area up at the top, the frequently bought together, you want it to show your products. Because then the odds are that you're much more likely to get a purchase of one of your other products if underneath it's showing a customer that other customers have bought more than one of your products. But to recap, you want to go through this process, you want to do it for your own product, and you also want to do it for your competitors' products. And you should also do this on a regular basis to see if it changes. So start doing your research even before you're ready to launch that second product. So let's move on and look at our next method. And it's your biggest competitors, and we've already touched on this. But take a look at your main competitors and not just frequently bought together. If they are brand driven, what are they selling? Look at all the products they're selling. And again, look for products which have significant sales. Because if your competitors are selling them in significant numbers, then you should be too. So go to their brand page, look at their products, put each of them through Retriever, and take a look and see if any of those products make sense for you. Subcategory. So this probably takes a little more time, but basically you want to search the subcategory that fits your product the closest and look for other products that make sense. Pretty much you're doing what you did when you searched for your first product. Essentially, if a customer bought your product, what other products in that subcategory make the most sense? Just put yourself inside the head of your customer. And lastly, your hot opportunities list. Do not forget your hot opportunities list. Take a look and see if any of the products make sense as a follow-up product to your first. You took a lot of time and effort to create the list, and it is still an invaluable resource. So don't leave it out. Go through them again. So what's next? So we covered how to search for your next product using different methods. And next, you will discover the similarities and differences of launching your second product compared to your first. And as you will see, it is an easier process. Your action steps: identify several products to take a closer look at. But that's it for this lesson. Take care.